I'm just a girl from Chicago.
Did you ever deal with like your inner self where it was like you always stuck to, even though you was being teased, picked on, probably
Yeah.
bullied, you still stuck to it. Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I express myself. It's never a time where it's like, okay, well, I know if I do this, they'll like me. So let me do this, or let me pull my pants down. Let me turn my head to the side. Let me try to fit in with them to make going to school more easier, more comfortable.
I tried once, and then like I don't know what it is. I feel like black people. I feel like we can like suss each other out. We can definitely see when somebody's different.
Yeah.
And I tried, and just it didn't work at least once. And
Yeah,
I was
you
just
came
like,
up, you was thugging, you was, yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Coda
oh,
Girl.
yeah,
I'm Keith, daddy, yeah. Folks now I'm great.
yeah.
Say on folks now great. Say on folks now great.
On phone them, great.
Yeah, you see, he's still from Chicago. He kick your ass.
I'm just a girl from Chicago. What they say we guilty for, they give us our trial. Granny say I'm innocent, trust in the Bible, but I trust in survival. Just a girl from Chicago.
Go, what's that word? It's KB Nene, and I'm just a girl from Chicago. And today I got with me Cal from A Breathing Light. And he is somebody that I'm interested in. I never met somebody like you that's into your genre of music. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm interested into getting to know you for sure.
All right.
But before that, because tell them what come out my mouth, I gotta do a disclaimer. Everything I say on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Do not get your about something I said. Gotta get the YouTube, We're trying to clean it up a little bit. I'm trying to,
It's all
like
good.
you, I'm trying to be different. I want to
Yeah.
open myself up to other avenues.
It's all good.
So, Cal, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your name? Where you from? Well, I know your name. What's you from? Tell us about Breathing Life. Introduce us to it.
My name is Kyle. I'm from Avalon Park. I grew up in Avalon Park for a little bit, and then I moved to the south suburbs. Um, yeah, I have been in like music most of my life. I went to Thornwood. I've been in band, marching band, all the bands. I went to college in Alabama A&M University, and I was in their marching band. And from there, that's when I started my band because I got tired of being in their band. And so, yeah, I wanted to play rock music. I've been into rock music my entire life. Yeah, it's just a passion of mine, and I wanted to represent for Black people in rock because we've been there since the beginning, but we haven't got the acknowledgement,
For sure.
especially in Chicago. So I wanted to rep for our city wherever we go as like a Black punk band from Chicago.
For sure. I was gonna say that when you say Avalon Park, for people that's not too familiar with like neighborhoods and how it's broken down, that's south suburbs.
No. That's
You say
the city.
Thornwood. I know
No, like
Thornton is south suburbs
yeah,
too, right?
yeah. So Avalon Park is like it. It's before you get to It's like off of Stony. So I grew up. My street is um. It don't matter. It's in the city.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about my street.
You don't want to sound like people think you're affiliated with stuff you're affiliated with.
Yeah. So yeah, but
So
yeah,
it is back east though.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
And you say you went to school in the south suburbs.
Yeah.
How was that growing up?
Yeah, the south suburbs are they were like we experienced white flight. So when I got out there,
White flight.
white flight is when Black people move into a certain neighborhood, and the white people there they move out because of more Black people coming in. So when Black people from the city started to move to the south suburbs, all the white people that were living in the south suburbs started to move towards Indiana. So that was like white flight, and like most of my classes coming in there were like mixture of white and maybe Asian kids. But like as like you get to high school, got to Thornwood, it started to become more and more Black, more kids from the
Diverse.
city. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we were like the tail end of the white flight.
For sure. Then you said you played a lot of instruments. You played a lot of bands. What instruments did you play?
Percussion. I was a
Um,
percussionist, so I played I played snare, bass drum.
So that like boom, boom.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
low,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm an artist, but I'm
Yeah.
still trying to learn all the different type of things.
It's like
Percussion,
yeah,
I'm familiar with.
yeah. It's like drumline.
Okay.
Yeah, so I played in drumline when they had the big drums.
Mm-hmm.
That was me. That was
Okay.
me in high school and in college. So like they made me like in college. It was so hard because like they would make you PT, like they would make you like do push ups and stuff if you messed up. So it was just like drumline and like that like conditioned me to be able to like do like I guess rock music in a way because it's like aggressive. You have to have the condition to like sustain like throughout mute like throughout playing songs like especially if they're like hard songs.
Yeah. And like in your bands now, outside of bands, now that you do live rock music, do you perform like pre-record, like on top of music playing, or do you perform live?
Live, it's all
Always?
live. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you come out pushing it every time, pumping it.
If we messing up, we messing up. Like if it's like that sometimes, you know, like I don't like it's not really expressed, but when people are playing music, they forget lyrics a lot.
Yeah.
They mess up the key, they
Your
mess up the
breathing.
chords. Yeah, like if you're screaming, like all of that stuff is like happening, but like when people think about it in a commercial sense, they never see like that. They never see the mess ups. But like you have to be able to like play your instrument, especially in like the punk scene or a DIY scene, do it yourself scene. You have to be able to hone in your skills.
So when you perform it,
Mhm.
you play an instrument while you're also singing.
Yeah, I had to learn how to do that.
So you're doing it both together.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's a rock. So y'all
Yeah.
are
Yeah. You gotta remember the lyrics. You gotta, you gotta remember the lyrics. You gotta remember your chords. So yeah, when I practice my chords first, and then I practice the lyrics later.
It's similar to like rapping, cause I did like a lot of showcases and rapping, but in Chicago, like Midwest, we just play the music and we just rap. Now, when I went on the East Coast to Pennsylvania and like New York, like they don't respect that. Like they don't look at us like real performers because it's like you just basically rapping over the music. At some point, you can start rapping and just start dancing, and the music can still be playing. Like that's how everybody in Chicago perform. Even like the big artists, like we perform like that. Like you very hardly see somebody having a real live show where they, and if you are, it kind of separate them from the crowd because the mass majority we just rapping on the beat.
Okay. Wow.
Unless you like at certain levels, like you do got performance tracks where you come out and like the chorus played, then you come in rapping. But like I said, for the mass majority of us, myself included, we just rap on the beat.
That's awesome.
You think so?
Yes.
Oh, see, on the East Coast, they think that's trash.
No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah. Which one would you prefer to do?
What? And for as
live or well, you do yours live, but do you think it's easier if you just come on and just mimic, or you think you want to really have nothing to do because it's so engaging being rock and instruments? You think if you just done listening to the music, you wouldn't really be?
I feel like our scene with like trash talk. I don't know. There are some artists that do like perform over pre-recorded stuff, but like that is so trash talk and like a punk or DIY scene. You know, they don't. I don't know. They don't really respect that. So it's like when you're actually doing it, they like really respect that.
Yeah, it's kind of like I was saying, like how the East Coast look
Yeah,
at rapping. For sure.
exactly.
So with your performances, like and your live performances, and you said it can't get bad. You forget your words, lose breath. Name a time that it went absolutely bad. It was very bad, and name a time when everything went perfect. And it's crazy because you can still smile about something that went bad. Like, I remember it then. Something that like genuinely made you smile. Like, I wish every performance can go like this one.
I feel like the last time that happened was the performance before our last performance, where this happens sometimes where like somebody may like forget their part in a song and may not be able to recover. So what I'll do is I'll straight like solo, or I will freestyle where, you know, somebody will play, like I'll play something to get somebody else in the group to play a thing, and then we'll pretty much end up jamming or freestyling. And like I don't like doing that. I really want to play the songs through, but sometimes like when you're like in somebody who's been conditioned in like band mode, like you have to recover from your mess up. So that's how I've been able to figure out how to recover from our mess ups when we're performing live.
So it's always been like a learning experience.
Yeah. Everything is learning. Everything is
Moving
learning.
forward. Okay, can you say that you had the same because everything's a learning experience? Can you say you had the same mistake happen twice? Like, has it ever been, or it's been more than twice, where it's been like, I keep doing the same thing?
Okay, so with our band, was how it's worked is we have it started out with a certain group of people, and so over time we've gotten new people in. Like I don't know, whenever somebody leaves, we get new people, so it's been an influx of people, and each time that group of people have to learn songs or songs before to kind of get in the groove because you have other people that's been playing before this other person got in there. So they've been learning. So each time that happens, we will have a situation where somebody may forget something or they might, and then we have to like, I have to kind of pull the ripcord and do the solo bit, but people love the solo bit. So I'm like, that's cool. Oh, to answer your other question, best time, I would say, this time where like we perform for the band Death from Detroit. They're like a old school proto punk band, like this band that was this all black band that was punk before punk.
Okay.
They just got like, I mean, I don't know, I guess not rediscovered, but they just got prominence recently in the last couple years. But we played with them, and like when we played, like that was like I would feel like that was like our best performance because we had like we were going off. It was awesome. But yes, sorry, I forgot what
You basically was saying like your best performance that
yeah,
still
yeah,
makes you
yeah, yeah,
smile. So,
yeah.
Just telling me about that performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Like I'm amazed by all that. I ain't never met somebody that's like a real rock star that like we all say like we was that era where everybody said like we rock stars, but to really be sitting there like you got the spikes, you was a real rock star.
Yeah, we're like rare Pokemon. We out here, but like you gotta find us.
And correlating with rock star, you have Goth, right?
Yeah. So Goth is very interesting. Goth
Yo,
and
tell me about it.
yeah. So like Goth started out as an offshoot of punk in the UK. So when punk was happening in the 70s, Goth kind of came around a little bit after that, and it was kind of like they used to call it like positive punk, but like it kind of morphed into like that like Goth, and it's basically like uh kind of like macabre, or I would say like dark themes, like writing music around like themes about like mortality and death, but also yeah, it's kind of hard to like.
So what made you interested in this? Like coming from you from the trenches. Let's just be honest. You from where I'm from. We from the rack.
Yeah.
What made you go into golf? Like, have you ever you been to the UK? What
Yeah, I've been to the UK. I didn't go in to see anything goth related, but I feel like I think growing up, I feel like so when I was growing up, I would go to Mississippi because my family's from Mississippi, and we would always go to like funerals. And like I felt like I was too young to go to funerals, and so going to funerals, I would see like it's depicted in all these movies where people be falling out and crying and stuff. I feel like that kind of affected me a little bit, and so I'm just like being exposed to like death in that way, and kind of just like I don't know the feeling of so much like tragedy, like especially in Chicago, and like hearing like bad news. My mom would always obsess over bad news on like WGN, and like all of that stuff kind of seeped in, and it was just like, man, we really live in a life that's kind of like it's really dark,
And I was just gonna say, like, so is it like accepting your darkness? Like, what is it like, or embracing it? Like, what's the whole term with the like being interested in mortality and death and brutality.
Well, it's kind of like a reminder that, everybody, we all live and we all die. It's like a kind of natural
For
factor of
sure.
life. I think that's kind of like what Goth is about. It's kind of like a celebration of like life and, death
Death.
eventually,
Yeah.
you know?
So you said like going to funerals, that's like seeing death. So can you say that you got into goth as a kid or more so as an adult?
More so as an adult. I think the idea of it kind of came from there, but like as I was like in high school, I would listen to the music. And
But you
so
didn't express it openly as you did like you do now.
I would try, but it didn't, I got made fun of. So I
And
had to like
that was my question because I was gonna ask if you did get into it when you was young, like what was it like in high school? Like you in south suburbs and you into God. Of course, people don't like what they don't understand. So how was that experience?
It was bad.
It was bad growing up.
No, it's fine. It was a learning experience. I felt like I took in a lot of that energy, and it kind of taught me a lot about people and what they don't understand, but also like how to, like, I guess, control your feelings and to express yourself and be bold and be honest and be true about it and not be afraid. Because I feel like what happened in high school was a lot of people were afraid to be themselves,
Yeah,
and they were afraid to express themselves.
and they projected that.
And yeah, and they
onto you.
projected onto me because they were afraid.
I definitely agree
Yeah.
with that. I think I dealt with that more in grammar school. High school, I was always ditching. Yeah. Barely that. But grammar school, when I really was in school, yeah, I dealt with that. Like people would tease you. And then the thing is, like I was what they was teasing me for being, I wasn't even. I was just being myself. So they'll put that on you. And kids can be cruel. They could be real cruel. Like
For real.
kids bully and beat and punch, it be bad. So
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely was curious on how that was growing up, especially you saying you growing up in like high school, Thornton. Like that's a high school you hit. Like that's one of them high schools for the south suburbs where it be treacherous and that. So
No, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No mercy.
so it's crazy because okay, I'm not gonna say that it is because I don't know. I'm learning. So is rock predominantly white?
No.
Okay.
And I think I think that's a misconception because if you think about it, like every country in the world has a rock scene. Almost every country. But every place you can find rockers. You can find people who like rock music. So it's like if you have a whole world full of people who like rock music, there's no way it could be predominantly white. That's just something that like white people in America
Think.
and tell themselves over and over
And like
again.
you said, it started in the UK. And what another common misconception is people think that the UK is white. And that's like, it's the same thing. Like, even though they all from the United Kingdom, like you got black people from over there, you got white people from over there. So it's not like everybody over there white. So
Right.
by it being like more so a cultural thing, then it's like, you think it's like 50% black people engaged in and 50% white people. And that's just the thing when you go overseas to, that's the thing.
I mean, but at the same time, like when you're in the UK, historically, if you look at pictures, you will always have seen like black people in punk, in goth, in skinhead culture, like all the things.
I never seen a black skinhead.
Okay. So here's the thing. Shout out to Lucretia. So there is skinhead started out as rude boys from Jamaica. It's
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought skinhead started off as like white KKK.
No. So they started off as a mixture between the rude boys and like the working class white people in the UK. And so they would go to parties and listen to ska records together. And like out of that came like skinheads. And it wasn't until like the 80s and 90s where the Nazis they stole the image of the skinheads to promote themselves or to create some kind of culture around themselves.
Okay. And I remember you said in the beginning, you said like like we was part of the beginning of rock, and I don't think a lot of us know. I think I do know one black rock star, if I'm not mistaken, Jimi Hendrix, something like that. So and they were saying like somebody stole his kind of
I mean,
thing.
well, yeah. There's been instances of people like being influenced by Jimi Hendrix, but even goes farther back than that. When you have Rosetta Tharpe in like the 30s and the 40s, and you have
Oh, I
Little
didn't even go.
Richard,
Oh, okay, yeah.
Little Richard, Chuck
Little
Berry,
Richard started rock and roll.
yeah, Little Richard,
Baby.
Chuck Berry,
The
all of them.
Intimate. That's who I'm thinking about. Okay, so Jimi Hendrix goes back to the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about Chuck Berry.
Yeah,
Ain't that
Chuck
who
Berry.
Elvis stole his style from, something like that?
Elvis.
It's Elvis before Chuck Berry.
Yeah, I mean, no.
No,
Chuck Berry.
it's before
There's a lot of
Elvis.
people before. There's some people before Chuck Berry,
Okay, so
but there's a
who
lot of
would
people
be
before
considered
Elvis.
who would be considered the first black rock star?
Ooh, I would guess Little Richard probably.
Little Richard. That's why he say I am the innovator.
Yeah. He's the first
He's
proper
the
star.
one. Yeah. Okay, so we gotta give it to
So
black. And then they stole his, and they barely gave him no money, and he was very loud
Yeah.
about that. So yeah, I had seen the Little Richard movie. Definitely was one of the first rock stars, and he came from a town where it was like soul, and most black people music was coming from the church, because it was like coming from the slave hymns and stuff like that. So he was transitioning that time, and he was bisexual, so he was experimenting with the okay. So I'm real familiar with Little Richard. Yeah,
You got it.
for sure.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm up on it a little bit. You feel me? I know
it's
a little
nice.
sub.
It's nice.
I be, I like movies like that, like The Temptations, Little Richard, like where it kind of like they autobiographies. You get to watch the movies about how it was and really learn their stories, and like bad business decisions, how they got played out of money. That's why I'm real business savvy, because I know how it goes. Love on
Yo, like that's always a part of it. The bad business. I hate that, but I mean, I know it's real. But like, yeah, it's always the bad
So
business.
you deal with that a lot in rock and roll?
Bad business. Oh yeah.
That's every part of aspect.
Yeah,
of life.
entertainment. Yeah, you always dealing with bad business, folks.
For sure. But okay, so of course a bad business come with what, everything. But how is, like, okay, what would you say is different dealing with rock and roll and dealing with, let's say hip hop or R&B or bigger, like, feel me? Do you think it's any pros and cons?
Yeah, I think that dealing with rock and roll, I feel like a really we have a really strict culture around rock and roll, and you have to like with different subcultures, different genres of rock and roll, you have to fit specifically into those things. You have to look a certain way, you have to sound a certain way, or else you will be ostracized. And I feel like with hip hop, it's like you can pretty much, I mean, there is some strict rules around like how you look, how you sound.
Right.
But if you're good about your craft, I feel like at least now people are overlooking like how you look and how you kind of present yourself as. You think so?
Yeah. Especially as a woman. I could definitely speak for as a woman. How you look is very important, because as a woman, people already have an expectation of what they expect a woman to look like in their head. So when you show up looking less than that expectation, it kind of make people look at you less of a woman. And the killer part now is the way the culture have shifted. They expect to see women as sexual. So if you don't come and you're not sexually attractive or sexually appealing, then it's like they not gonna take you serious, or you feel me? Like it's kind of weird. So it definitely play a big part. And I would assume like same thing for men. Like as a male artist, like if you don't have the jewelry or the diamonds like everybody else, if you're not wearing the designer clothes, then ain't nobody gonna really take you serious, because in they mind you broke. And what they don't know is we the ones with the coin.
Exactly.
Be the people wearing their clothes. They ain't got no money. Wearing your money. Yeah, you ain't got no money. You got clothes.
You gotta fake it to make it.
They don't get it. People see what looks like money, what appears to be money, and think it's money, and what don't look like money, they think that, oh, you broke.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Don't understand.
I definitely think looks just play a big part in entertainment and as a whole, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For sure. What's the importance of all black rock band in your genre and rock and roll?
The importance of all black rock bands, and in the industry, it is like this kind of like unspoken rule that in order to be successful as a black rock band, you have to have at least one white member to be accepted, because I feel like white people have to feel like they're a part of it. They have to
Because
feel,
okay, so is it because they stole Little Richard shit,
yeah,
baby?
yeah. It's
Because
that.
white people, sorry, we just not a racist platform. I love all, but we just gonna be real. White people have a real bad habit of going and saying some shit that's already somebody's
Mhm.
is theirs, and they
Mhm.
get offensive about it. Like that's
Mhm.
like I come outside and be like, "Oh yeah, your car mine. I discovered this," and you be like, "Nah, that's my car," and then I get to trying to tussle with you about your shit. It's crazy. You feel me? So yeah, I get it. So white people basically need to be present for it to be.
Yeah.
So it's not really an all black band at that point, is it?
No, it's not. And like, no shade to like my, because I have friends that's in successful bands that are like integrated or whatever. But yeah, like, in order to be successful, you have to have a white person present, because they feel they want. Personally feel like they attribute your success or your sound or things that make you special in the group to the white member specifically, because they don't want to give credit to the
So
black people
right.
that's in the
So
group.
basically, if you sound real good, they can't be like, "Oh yeah, they sound real good." They got to be like, "Yeah, that's because they got that little white boy in that's
Exactly.
on the mic."
Oh,
Okay,
look
yeah.
how special this
So
person
you can't
plays.
say the child experienced racism as
Yeah,
rock and roll,
yeah, yeah. It is a cop out. It's a cop
and that
out.
it's insane considering going back to what we just said. The Richard started this shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's stealing. They stole the whole United States of America. They stole rock and roll. They stole it all. But hey, we rock with the white people. I don't be wanting to make it seem like I don't like white people. You know, I got THL Lena coming soon. Man, I don't be wanting nobody to feel like I'm racist.
if
But
you
we got to talk about the real
if
on this couch. Go, what's that word? It's KB Nene, and I'm at Iron Team Studios, where they had the best mixing and mastering and the top-notch security cameras everywhere, so you can feel secure and safe while you record your music. You can also come and record your content. And if you're interested in starting a podcast, or if you need a location to film your podcast, your set can look like this. We got A1 quality, A1 cameras, A1 production. Come tap in with my people. You can book your time slot at www.ionteam.com. Lock in.
the white people should not be offended by those things. If you are white and you offended by those things, we living in a real world right now. Things are happening. Come on, we got to toughen up. Take the real.
I don't think I have a real big white platform. I don't know though. Like I never looked at my demographics. I
I
just see like
mean,
what everything coming from as far as like locations. But
it's all good though. They'll love you anyways.
yeah,
They
I
will
think
love you
everybody
anyway.
kind of like me because whether I agree with you or I don't agree with you, we like each other. Not like I be 100. Like yeah, I respect. Like I don't.
You real.
I
You
don't be
real.
trying to disrespect or down nobody. But we do gotta talk about the real. And I do need to know if they be treating y'all bad over there, considering they be feeling like, this is for us and y'all kind of nibbling in our sport. Had to ask about that.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel about being labeled black goth or black band, black rock star? Like they don't say white
Rockstar.
goth or white rock star. How you kind of feel about that?
I mean, I take pride in being black. I love who I am. I love where I come from. I love my people. I don't mind it. I will say that I don't know what the future holds. I don't know if these definitions or these ideas will still hold up in the future as things change. But for right now, I love being black.
For sure. So it don't make you feel no type of way. You embrace it. Like, yeah, I'm black golf. I'm black rock star.
It is what it
Do
is.
you think you're black? Just you being black, it separates you. It like you say, you proud of it, and you feel like that's
Yeah.
shit. This is what it is. It make me better. Like I'm a
Yeah.
black rock star. It ain't too many times you see a black rock star, especially not from church. Like that's my whole thing. Cause I know in the UK, you see black rock stars, but they from the UK. They got the accent.
Yeah.
You, my friend, are from the churches. You was a member. How did you avoid being in a gang?
I knew this.
You feel me? Like you never wanted to be BD?
They they just I don't know. Like I growing up, like I was always quiet. I don't feel like people like that. I really kept to myself. Um, I don't know. Like I just wasn't that kind of material. They just didn't look at me like that. They're just like, you
Okay,
kind of
so
strange.
did you ever deal with like your inner self where it was like you always stuck to, even though you was being teased, picked on, probably
Yeah.
bullied, you still stuck to it. Like, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I express myself. It's never a time where it's like, okay, well, I know if I do this, they'll like me. So let me do this, or let me pull my pants down. Let me turn my head to the side. Let me try to fit in with them to make going to school more easier, more comfortable.
I tried once, and then like I don't know what it is. I feel like black people. I feel like we can like suss each other out. We can definitely see when somebody's different.
Yeah.
And I tried and just it didn't work at least once. And I
Yeah,
was
you
just
came
like,
up, you was thugging, you was, yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Coda
yeah,
on Keith, baby, yeah. Folks now I'm great. Say on folks now great. Say on folks now great.
on phone them grave.
Yeah, you see, he's still from Chicago. He kick your ass.
I don't even, but now like I don't
Yeah,
even I don't even do the
still-
emo thing because they be I don't talk like that. I don't even sing
Emo
like
and
that.
goth is the same thing, right? It's just like two different.
Nah, like emo. Oh goodness,
Yeah,
emo.
talk to me about emo, because is this goth or emo?
That's just breathing light. But like
This is just the brand.
yeah, like
Full snap, great.
but not emo started out in like the 90s with like this record label called Discord Records.
Okay.
And it was like an offshoot of what like this guy Ian Mackay and like his bands or people he was affiliated in the DC scene were doing. But like I'm not really, please don't be mad at me. I don't really know how emo in like the 2000s since kind of like came from that. I know it was like I know it became like a pop punk thing and it mutated into like also like kind of like pop punk, dark punk thing. I don't really know. I stopped following a lot of stuff after like 2000 and after drive-in. I was done. I was done. I was done after drive-in. I forgot. I don't know what happened.
Cool. So I had fun here. We got to know you, got to know goth. We're gonna get to know about Black Lighting in a second. But we got a segment, and it's called the Hot Seat Challenge. Well, just the hot seat, not really a challenge. I want to challenge you. We're gonna kind of get to the nitty gritty thing, because I'm black and I'm Baptist. Go to church every Sunday. I praise the Lord.
All right.
So, is hard metal, rock, goth, emo, all this, is this black magic, satanic, devil worshiping? Because you got me wearing your shirt. What's going on?
Is it? Not really. Not really. I mean, I would say this. I would say there are individuals within like rock and roll scenes or whatever who, have different kinds of worship or religion or practices. But as far as like groups are concerned, I mean, not so much. You would have to go really, 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 really fringe, like stuff that people have never really heard of to like kind of catch some of those kind of artists.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm looking at your tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't understand them. What's
Oh.
all this? Because it almost look like gods, I see maybe a little Chinese lady right there. So instead of ninja.
So this is from
What's all that
the movie The Crow. This is like she was in The Crow
Let me see
too,
that.
but this is the yellow Power Ranger. She played this role in The Crow too, and I really want her because she passed away. And I love Power Rangers.
So you ain't got like no the stars and shit,
Instagram,
right?
nah, I don't really have anything, and I just wanted a black punk girl.
Oh, so that's all this is correlates to punk and rock. So you seeing yourself, you not into the satanic, but like even though it's people in your genre that does it, you personally not into all that.
I'm not into it. I do have a friend who who was a part of they say was it Satanic Temple?
Oh, I'm
But
scared of your friend.
but not like I think yeah, the Satanic Temple, but what the Satanic Temple was is they used religion, the freedom of religion to like challenge court cases for abortion rights. And so they would use they would use freedom of religion to like yeah, challenge court cases and do legal work.
So they saying because of my religion, abortion shouldn't be legal, or is it something like this is against my religion, so they try to take it to court?
No,
How does that work?
they were advocating for pro-choice, for everything that's pro-choice. So
Okay,
they would use and also just like for like freedom from church and state. They would try to
right.
they would like use their religion to like go to court to like advocate for like those different cases. So it wasn't like they were really worshiping. They just used that. It's kind of like a bait and switch.
So rock and roll, we know is a genre of music, but is goth a religion?
Goth is not a religion. Goth is not a religion. Goth is just a it's a dress style. It's a philosophy, but it's also just a music style.
Okay,
I can describe the music style if you
yeah,
want.
please.
So
Yeah.
the music style is basically it's like it's rock music, but instead of having like a straight up riff, it's basically like kind of like guitar lines. So if you're and also with guitar lines with the drums, you would have like a rolling drum beat instead of like a 2/4 beat. So you would have a lot of tom work and a lot of guitar lines and kind of like I don't know, just basically singing vocals and also like a driving bass. So the bass is up front, the guitar is kind of like at the bottom, and the drums are in between.
Okay. So now we're gonna get to some more serious questions. Now that we
Mhm.
got that out the way,
Yeah, yeah,
do Cal be clapping them cheeks? You got a
yes,
girlfriend?
yeah,
You say yes.
yeah,
Clapping them cheeks.
yeah.
So are you into white girls, black girls? You inside your race, outside your
I
race?
love this question.
What's that?
I love all women. I love all
Be
women.
clapping them white cheeks.
I for the very first time, for the very first time ever, yes, but like my all my girlfriends before have been black.
So black girls are into guys that do golf.
Yeah,
Goth.
there's
Well,
black
golf.
there's black goth girls. There's
Wait. You are right.
yeah, yeah,
Y'all do it is girls that
yeah,
you are
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So do you prefer to date a girl that's into what you into, that like a goth girl? Do you prefer because y'all both got similar interests?
Not necessarily. I mean, as long as as long as she's cool or whatever, it's all good. You know. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't have to be goth. I mean, if you're willing to learn, that's great. You know, we can learn things together, so it's all good.
Right. And I think like they have to be interested in what you're doing, because like I think like a girl that's like a regular girl that don't really understand it, if you be like, all right, y'all link up, and then you show up, you got spikes. Yeah, you feel me? She'll be looking like, what the hell? What the hell, y'all?
What the hell?
What the hell, you rocking?
For real. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like the last time I've talked to like a black girl who wasn't into rock music, it was kind of interesting because, um, yeah, like she didn't understand it, but she was cool with it,
Right.
and so she was just like, "All right,
I think it got to be one of them type of girls like me that don't care about what other people think. If I like you, we vibing out, I'm interested in it. I don't really care about other people opinion, and can't nobody kind of come to me and sway my opinion. So I think if it's type of you with a girl like that, I think yeah, she get tussling with people. They
yeah.
trying to play with you. Like, hold on.
It's a
Let
mutual.
him be him. Be yourself.
Yeah, it's a mutual. You tussle, I tussle, gotta tussle for
Yeah,
each
we
other.
tussling,
You know what I'm saying?
tussling about our love and
Exactly.
yeah, leave us alone. Let us be.
Exactly.
For sure. I'm with that. For sure. Now let's talk about the music. Let's talk about your
The
book. For sure. Any projects you got out? Projects you pushing right now?
So there's an album in the works. The title to be named, not yet named. But there's the music is being mastered now. I think it's like 13, 14 tracks. I'm playing violin, cello, viola, a little bit of synth.
You play all these instruments?
I had to learn like really, really quick. I had to learn like absolutely very, very quickly. So yeah, in a very short amount of time, I like learned how to play violin, viola, cello. There's drums, guitar, bass. There's a little bit of synth, but like when you check it out, it'll be coming out sometime like either like this year, 2025, or the beginning of next year. But I think it's gonna be like probably by this summer. It's gonna get pressed really, really soon.
Is that your first album out?
Well, it's gonna be like our first full length.
Okay, so you got EPs out.
Yeah, I have one called Love Bust Down.
Love buzz down. You love buzz downs. Oh, you love the thotties.
Is it? Yeah.
It ain't no. He say yeah.
Love Bust Down. You know.
Hey, me too. I'm just saying. But so, what's up with the book? I
Okay.
see, Black Punk Now.
Yeah, so this book is by the creator of Afropunk, James Spooner.
Okay.
He wrote this book, and so Dolce, when she was interviewed by Nardwar gifted her this book.
Okay.
And I'm in the book. I have a section in the book because James interviewed me, so I just wanted to promote it here. So go ahead and get it. Dolce got it. Black Punk Now. Check it out. You can learn all about us through this book.
And what can they get it?
You can get it on Amazon. You can get it I think on the press. Yeah, fiction, nonfiction, comics. Yeah, you can get it from the press, House of Thought.
Cool. You ever been on tour?
Yes. We are going on tour in Cali in July.
Oh, you've been on a tour around the United States. You say you've been in the UK. You ever been on a world tour before?
No, not yet. Okay. Not yet. Been to the UK just to visit, but
not business.
Not yet.
What other countries you been to?
Canada.
Oh.
Canada. My girlfriend is Canadian.
Your girlfriend is Canadian.
She's
Black Canadian or white Canadian?
She's white Quebecois.
This is your first white girl because you say for the first
Yeah, very first one. Very first one.
Yeah, you rocking out. Got jungle fever.
I mean, people, but that's the thing that's wild is like they always assume that like, you know, black dudes like white girls. That's not true. It's not always like that. Just because we black rock don't mean we automatically like white women. It ain't like that. We not Shannon
How long
Sharp.
y'all been together?
How long? 5 years.
Y'all only like white girls. No. You trying to make it seem like you talking about my first time.
Wait, here's the thing.
You trying to make it seem like you been with black girls and then bang, nah, you just trying something different.
But
you been fully committed.
Yeah, but
9 years you ain't cheated on with a black girl that you all the way in at this point.
But it's not like I was dating like white girls before her though. I wasn't. She's the first one.
Yeah, and you ain't went back since. She gonna be the last one. Be honest. Don't be honest. Don't make me feel bad. Is it better being with white women or black women? You think which one more easier? Because I know we be tripping. We be putting our hands on you. What's going on with that?
Black women are beautiful.
Huh?
Black women are beautiful.
Yeah, we're beautiful though. I'm Lance Schmuckles. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yo, nah, like she's cool. There's some differences there's some cultural differences, understanding differences, but it's all
Like a food.
huh?
Like a food.
Like
Wait.
well, like a yo, that food is very different.
Different.
Like Canadian food, like their kind of food, like her white Canadian food is French Canadian. It's different. I'm like, it's very interesting, very rich. They
So
like
y'all don't be over there eating like chickens, pork chops, gyro cheeseburgers,
oh
that type of thing.
yeah, we eat that, but like culturally, if you go into Canada, they like this thing called poutine.
Okay. How you feel about Canada snatching all the United States products off their shelves? They said Trump tweaking and he won't make another dime over here, love.
I mean, that's cool. Like they do what they got to do. You know what I mean? Like if
Is there
that's
a lot of American products being sold in Canada, you think?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course. You know, we're neighbors. They
I
got a
never
lot.
been over there.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff over there because we're neighbors. But I think if that's what they feel like they need to do to make a statement, then yeah, do it because yeah, he's gonna like keep doing whatever he gonna
You
feel like
tripping, ain't
doing.
he?
Yeah, he gonna keep on going.
Nah, he ain't gonna do whatever he feel like doing because China man ain't playing with him. He said we go get our soybeans from Brazil. We not finna tweak with you. Or whatever y'all got going over, y'all tweaking. That's what China said. When he say terrorism went up, China said back, he said, y'all tweaking. What y'all doing over there? Leave y'all. Trump
Yeah.
on the, I don't know what his problem is. You voted for Trump?
Yeah.
No, you voted off.
Yeah.
So you do vote?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't be really getting into all that. I don't understand it.
It's all good.
How you feeling right now about the economy? I'm broke. You broke. We all broke. What's going on?
Man, I think that I don't know. I've been doom scrolling. Like, I think the economy is going to be very interesting.
What's doing?
Doom scrolling, where you just like you look at like bad news after bad news after bad news after bad news, and that's all that's on your feed, and you start spiraling your mind like, oh my god, it's gonna
That's
go
your
bad.
algorithm. You need to put me in your algorithm more. You ain't gonna hide all
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I got you in my algorithm now, so it's like I kind of I've been pivoting back from the news. No Hassan Piker.
Cause the news will drive you crazy. Speaking on everything going on with the world, the economy, the orange man in office, we do this thing called a well-being check because you never know how people feeling mentally, what they're going through, especially men. Y'all go through a lot that y'all don't talk about. So, how you doing mentally?
Mentally, I'm like mentally, I am kind of pivoting. I've been doing like a lot of like I'm staying busy. I have like a lot of stuff going on, so I've just been kind of like I don't know, doing a lot of band stuff, organizing, getting music stuff together. Yeah, it's been kind of hard, but you know, I take my breaks, I take my naps, I exercise, I ride my bike, try and try to skate more.
So you in a good space.
Yeah.
You actually seem like very easygoing. Like you, some people come in, you can kind of see the dark cloud over their head. Like you seem like you so free and caregiving, like it's just free to express yourself. So
Yeah.
how do what I was okay? You what I was finna say? Okay, I really forgot how I was getting ready to ask this. Okay, so being a free spirited type person, you feel me? How do you stay so positive with the darkness, with the genre, like you said? Because it's mostly when you think of goth, emo, you think of dark, depressed. You feel me? You see the kids at the lunch table by themselves. So when you come in and you so bright and you so happy and you feel me, you seem like you got this big light on you. Like, how do you stay so positive in so much darkness? I think is what I'm trying to say.
Cause black people, we gonna make it.
Period. Said ain't no other choice.
Black people, we gonna make it. That's my mindset. It's just like we gonna get everything together that we need, and we gonna make it. You know, that's what kind of motivates me. Also, my mom, my grandparents, they always taught me like, you know, you can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. And also, my great grandfather used to say, "Right will win."
And do you think it's like because it's so much freedom of expression with rock and roll? Like, if you feeling bad and you got a lot of pressure, like you could literally come on stage and be like, ah, everybody go crazy. Like, and you really could just let everything out.
Oh yeah, that's how you write the lyrics.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Do you think that play a big part in why you seem so like you so like
A little
so
bit.
sweet?
I mean, so when I'm writing lyrics, I basically whatever I want to scream, that's
Yes.
basically what I'm writing lyrics to. So, but I try and do it in a way where it doesn't sound like awkward.
And don't never do it how I just did it.
No,
Don't never do it like that.
it could be good if
That
you write it.
wasn't no, it wasn't supposed to. I didn't do it the right way.
If you write it a nice way, it'll sound good. I promise.
I don't even know what I just said. I had to write it. What I can
If
spell
you-
it like AHHHHHHH. Ah.
No, you got to write the lyrics and then put the scream there.
So the scream's like ad lib.
It could be.
Or it could be like part of the lyric, like I'm having a good day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, rock and roll is all about freedom, so you can figure out how do you want to do
Start
it.
going rock and roll. That's probably why I got so much anxiety. I probably just need to start screaming.
Exactly.
For sure. I
Like
started, I ain't
police.
gonna never stop. For sure. But before we get out of here, anything that you want, because okay, I have a platform, and when they see you, they never probably seen nobody like you, or really like this would be a learning experience for everybody. You got anything that you want them to know about you and your genre, like clear up any misconceptions?
Yeah, sure. Like one black rock dudes, like we don't just date we don't just date white women. That's number one.
Okay.
And like number two, like we can play if you're somebody who is black and you want to try different kind of music, you can try a different kind of music. Don't listen to nobody telling you can't do things that you interested in.
For sure. Don't let nobody put you in no box. So that's your like the biggest thing. And that's crazy because like that's one of the biggest things like that I stand on. Like just be yourself. Like I say, what people don't like, they don't understand. They try to make you feel like you're doing something wrong because they don't have the courage to do it or don't even understand it enough to have an opinion about it. And I know in Chicago's, how old are you? If you don't mind telling. Okay. In what age range? You over 25? Okay, so if you over 25, then you know in our generation we was brutal. So yeah, so I'm sure you probably got beat, jumped on a lot. You feel me? Like I know how it is coming up in Iraq, being different, especially being this different and being free to express. So
For sure,
I
for
get it,
sure.
and I want to commend you for still staying to yourself, sticking to what you want to do, being free to express yourself. I applaud you for that. For sure, you got mine.
Thank you so much.
For I appreciate the T-shirt.
Be like.
For sure, you got me feeling like, hey, I'm a rock star, baby.
Go out there, do it. Do it big.
Yeah, gothic. My hair over there.
Yeah.
Flip my hair to the side.
Flip it.
Great.
Flip that bang.
But we don't chop it up for a long time. No, good time, not a long time. Just be wanting to get to know people, show my platform, different people, different sides of our culture, our city. Let them know everybody from the city ain't crash outs. We got a brother from the trenches. He a rock star. He into goth. He ain't got nobody, you feel, making them feel like he got to go spin the block, shoot up the neighborhood. And I love that for you, sir. Black man, continue doing what you're doing. I want to see the best for you, and I'll support you any way I can. Thank you for coming to rock out with me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank y'all for tuning in with me. It's over with. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you want to be a guest on my next episode, or if you want to be a sponsor on the next episode, hit that link. You can send me some merch. I can promote you, tag you on my Instagram socials. We can collaborate. So hit me up, hit that link. Let's lock in. Let's work.